Here with Jeffry-Wynne Prince of the Kimberly Trip.
Hello again.
Jeffrey, you are so cool about putting out your own music with the Kimberly Trip. You record it yourself, and you have a new album called Unicorns,
Glitter and Heartbreak.
Okay, what's that about?
Well, we had a working title for a while, and Kimberly, she didn't really think it was expressive of what the songs were. It was called, like, My Favorite Attraction. And we just felt that Glitter, Unicorns, and Heartbreak captured this particular essence about wanting to find shiny things in life, but kind of having the world beat you down a little bit. So
sounds like reality.
Yeah. So it just seemed like a cool title that really fit with the kind of lyrical direction that we do. So,
and you know what? Your songs are really, really cool story songs. I think what's missing from popular music, say, I know you love 2004.
Yeah.
2005 through 2012, or maybe 2011, because I think Adele helped save music.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that says that people aren't buying CDs, it's like, now you've got this, you just put Adele's picture up. It's like she's proven that if you have a great album, people will buy it. And
what is great? Being authentic and not fake. Okay.
Well, you know, I could go on my tirade about how auto-tune is the reason nobody buys music anymore. And I feel vindicated because Adele, here's someone that can really sing, and people have responded to it.
Right. So anyway, pop music really dropped off because at one time it was people's religion. It was like an everyday thing that you had to know about, that you had to learn about all the new songs, and you felt, you know, out of touch if you didn't know the latest hits. It's not that way anymore. It's more like, you know, there's this genre, this genre, this genre. It's all online, and you just click to where you want to go, and none of it really has that same essence of you gotta know it, you know?
Right.
But what's cool about local music and independent music and stuff that's beyond the charts is that it could be whatever you want. It could be creative, it could be any genre, you can mix genres. There's no boss telling you it has to sound like this narrow type of music.
Yeah, and this record, if I can say record, in 2012.
Well, record just means recording. It doesn't really mean vinyl.
It really, I think, goes back to that for us because this is our 6th studio album. And at studio album number 3 was when we were getting distribution, major label distribution. And so there was a particular sort of, I'm not saying we really changed things, but there was definitely a mindset of, well, if they're distributing this, we need to make sure that this is in place.
Right.
And then that definitely happened with album number 4, and especially album number 5, which was released through Sony. It was very much, you know, we need this album to do this. And I still will stand behind every single note we've ever recorded. But without that feeling of the big brother shadow hanging over us, I think this record is just more exciting for us.
And like I was saying, your lyrics are just really great. Now, are you the songwriter, or is Kim, or how do you come up with songs?
Well, Brock Toon, our drummer, he contributes quite a bit. I write a lot. Kim writes a lot. Nolan has been playing bass with us. He does contribute things as well. It really just depends on the song.
I don't want to exaggerate, but you really do stand out. As far as a pop, rock, alternative, new wave, whatever you want to call it, I mean, you're just kind of ahead of the curve because your songs tell stories.
Well, I think that's because of our prioritization of what we do. Everything for us, the sun rises and sets on the song. And I think a lot of bands that have a singer as good or even, you know, far superior to Kimberlina, they rely completely on the vocal. Whereas Kimberlina doesn't really rely on her voice. She's a conduit for the song. And I remember
she's the messenger of the message.
And I remember one of the first early reviews we got of the first album online, the reviewer said something that has stuck with me. He goes, Kimberlina sounds like a singer that is genuinely unimpressed with herself, and that's a very attractive quality in a singer. And I agree with that. She never like shoots for the moon with the note she's hitting. She is the relatable person that is, you know, transmitting whatever we've written to the audience. And I think that she's perfect for that.
And the songs are melodic. I mean, where does the inspiration come from for that type of. It's like pop music, but it's a little beyond that. It's more like a. It seems like a hybrid of types of music.
It is, and I think a lot of that is just the good fortune that all of us have sort of a different set of influences, and we respect each other enough that we can bring different things to the table. And songs go through a lot of filters with us before an audience hears them. We really want the chorus to always stand on its own as its own piece of music, that you could just listen to our chorus and get something.
What's interesting is you're wearing a Rush t-shirt. Rush, one of the best bands of all time. One of the most deepest, philosophical, and musically articulate bands. Very serious band, yet the Kimberly Trip, by contrast, is kind of fun, and it takes your mind somewhere else.
The thing is, I think that so many songs that get labeled like as novelty songs get a bad rap, because I think it's possible to say something every bit as deep and meaningful in a song that is fun as one that isn't. And our goal really from the onset was, can we write songs that make it okay for the listener to see themselves and laugh at themselves in?
So let's talk about a song coming out on the new album. Pick a tune off here.
I guess Drama at the Coffee Shop is the obvious one, because that's slated to be the single, and it's already out on iTunes.
Her name is Josie, she wears a nose ring, she comes in every night. I get so jealous every time she shows up, I know you're just her type. I get so sick inside whenever she says hi, I know what's on her mind. 'Cause I don't need another friend of me, I hate to see her get with you through me, but she wants to be your perfect fantasy. While she's acting like my long lost best friend, I don't need another friend of me, I don't need another friend of me. She stops to hug me, then calls me lovely as she looks down her nose. 'Cause since the 4th grade I've been just too dorky for her and her designer clothes. Behind those pretty eyes an evil girl resides, she wants whoever's mine. 'Cause I don't need another friend of me, I hate to see her get with you through me, but she wants to be your perfect fantasy. While she's acting like my long lost best friend, I don't need another friend of me, I don't need another friend of me. There's drama at the coffee shop, I'm finally gonna make her stop. I just slammed 3 espresso shots to get the nerve to tell her off. But then I see her slip you her number, you toss it in the trash.